Welcome back to Zwartkops and some more action from the arena of motorsport. A little bit of cleanup there for the marshals to be done just before we get into our next category. And we're looking forward to all the action as James is making his way down there. We head down into the Car Care Clinic Superhatch pre-race paddock. A couple of cars being sorted out just before we get going though. And at the front end, a big battle expected between Brett Garland and Louis Scholz. Louis Scholz has had massive improvements in his Honda Civic and certainly looking to run at the front end along with Brett Garland. But Tyler Scott impressed everybody in the practice session, so he'll be a man to watch out for as well in Class A. Class B, Graham Nathan steps into Mal Spur's car. He'll have a little bit of a run at the front end there with Fouché and probably with Zane van Zyl as we go on board here with Andre de Lange. Nsamanga having a small issue off the line though, and looks like the Zwartkops man has been outgunned by de Lange, who's now stepped into Class C. Driving in the Ford Figo for ADL Roofing, that is Nick Martin in the mid-pack of Class B as they head down towards turn number 2. Hard braking, and Stringer, the pole man, unfortunately just losing out there. Looks like to Louis Scholz. 4x4, they come out of turn 2 with Matt Cohen on the inside of Nathan and heading down towards turn 3.
On board with Nick Martin in Class B, and it looks like he's going to make the move on Zane van Zyl. Yes, he does. Round the outside, flat out stuff from those cars. Who is going to break the latest going into turn 4? You can see the cement dust there on the inside. You have to go through there gingerly. Love that Peugeot shot with a big Union Jack on the front as they come filtering through. Easy does it as they come through turn 4, heading up to turn 5.
Yeah, nice start there as well. Tion Smith just losing out a little bit as they went into turn 4, Volkswagen corner. Now turn 5, it is the Car Care Clinic car out front ahead of the Autobahn machine. So the two Hondas putting a small margin there. Tyler Scott still in third place, in with a chance of a podium finish here. It's a big pity we don't have the third of the Honda Civics there from Trans-Africa Racing, as looks like Totoy has decided to step this one out. It's left these two to fight to the front though, and across the line a complete lap number 1. Very, very close between the two of them.
Yeah, they are side by side as they come across the line. It does look like Scholz is going to hang on to the lead. Yes, he does. The number 1 plate on there, but will we see a move on the inside from Garland? No, Scholz closes that line, not allowing him to make the move a little bit further back. He asks for the Class B battle. Nick Martin, Graham Nathan, Shane Fouché, Trevor Stringer, Zane van Zyl. They're all in that battle. Matt Cohen not too far behind as well. Wouter Roos and Bryce Pillay.
Nice run there from Dan Hauser, fighting hard with the two Zwartkops boys for Class C honours, but further back from that one, check that out. Van Eck and Van Heerden going at it. Taurus versus Xbox, and just behind them, that's Buxy. So Buxy's looking for a way through. Can he find a way past on those two polos that are going almost side by side as they come out of turn 3? Up the road there, Wouter Roos starting to close in on the front end of Class B. He didn't quite get the start he wanted, that's for sure, but slowly but surely making his way back to the front. Now side-by-side action once again at the top of the hill for Class A. Watch this. Garland will hold on to that outside line. It'll become the inside line for 7 into Mix FM, and that's how he makes his move to the front.
Oh, Louis Scholz had that Honda Civic all kinds of crossed up, and that's allowing Tyler Scott now to come into this battle. Scholz on the inside this time on Garland. Doesn't make it stick there, but he's got to fight back. Doesn't look like he has the same kind of pace at Brett Garland at the front of the field. He was going very defensive, and that's cost him now. And Tyler Scott now right in the mix for that top 2 battle.
Nice run here for Class C honours, and that is Dan Hauser side by side, and Natim Nsamanga looking for a chance to get through on him. Just behind that, you can see they're fighting hard. You got de Lange in there in the roof show car. We go on board with de Lange as we go into turn 1. Oh, that was very close. Nati just slamming the door shut, returning the favour that happened on the line on the start.
I can check he's doing a live on the drive inside of his car there with his cell phone or something stuck there showing him all the data he needs. This is an almighty battle going on for Class B and Class C honours, while Class A out front also doing it all side by side in turn number 4. Zane van Zyl leaning on the side of Graham Nathan, and Shane Fouché not too far behind. Top of the hill, turn 5. Who's going to get the latest on the brakes? You see the Peugeot Union Jack car come through there. Here's the battle we were waiting for. It is Nathan on the inside of Van Zyl.
Fouché looking for a way through, but can't get onto the inside of that big Golf 2. The jumbo Golf is a bit wider, doesn't make it too easy. Checkered flag is out, and it is the Autobahn car taking the win in Class A ahead of Louis Scholz and Tyler Scott. But here comes Nick Martin. He's opened up a big margin there for Class B. It's the second place battle we're going to wait for as they come to the line. Look at this. They're fanning out left, right, and centre. And that Matt Cohen diving on the inside of Wouter right in the closing stages, and it looks like Nsamanga has got through on Dan Hauser. It's a Zwartkops machine that's going to get to the front and possibly take his first victory. Yes, he does. Natim Nsamanga comes through for the win in Class C, winning things out over Dan Hauser and de Lange. Confirmation of the results there for Class A. It's Garland ahead of Louis Scholz and Tyler Scott. In Class B, Nick Martin took it from Nathan, and Nsamanga taking the Class C's ahead of Dan Hauser, with Nolan Fleetwood in Class D taking the win. Let's catch up with Nati after that incredible first victory.
This is amazing. So much work has gone into this win, practicing, changing things, set up, and I finally did it. I'm just so happy.
Let's move on to race number 2 now. A little bit of work to be done by some of the cars, although incredibly for the very first time, not a huge amount of incidents in Superhatch in that first heat. So it means most cars are going to be able to get back on grid with very little work to be done. And as they get that all sorted out and get ready to go now, little adjustments here and there that just might tweak those cars and give them slightly better advantages. Grumpy's looking like he's up for the challenge though, and in Mal's car has slowly but surely found a way to the front end of Class B. That bodes well when Malsberg comes back for a bit of action. Making their way out into the track and ready to go now. You can see there is Keegan Masters just sorting out the two Zwartkops boys, making sure that they are good to go. As the lights go out, we're on board with Louis Scholz heading down towards turn one. And what a start! Look at that. Into turn one, it's Stringer who leads out and whole shots into turn one this time. Around the outside comes Nick Martin, losing out to Nathan for Class B. It looks like Fauché might have got through as well as Van Zyl. So they've got a bit of work to do now as they come through there. In fact, it's Matt Cohen who has got through for Class B honours and the whole shot in the Bs.
The reverse grid playing a huge role there. The two Civics now push back. Tyler Scott with a really good start there as well. But this is the Class B. Nick Martin on board with him as he comes flat out through there. He's got a little bit of work to do as well. He's going to try and make it around the outside of Class A driver there, Tian Smith. As look at this, all these cars filtering at 24 cars around the Zwartkops track. And that is what the spectators love about the Car Care Clinic Superhatch class.
Better start from Ishmael Beloy as well, a little bit further up in the Class Bs than what he was in the first one. So Tyler Scott at this stage controlling things from the front. Looks like there might be a little issue. Yes, there is. Garland's got a problem. I was going to say Garland looks like he might have missed a gear, but there's a bigger issue than that. Garland's got a big problem, and it looks like the rest of the field are going to stream through there. He stays to the outside and allows that opportunity, and Bryce Pillay diving through and taking advantage of it. Looks like he might have just squeezed a couple of cars out there. Yes, he has, one of them being Nick Martin. Here comes Nathan on Fauché, diving through for possibly the second spot in Class B. And Matt Cohen still leads out. Here comes Nati diving on the inside, and problems as well. Nati Msimanga getting in the mix there. The Zwartkops man is now right between Van Heerden and Van Eck. And it's Zane Van Zyl who sits in 4. Behind him it's Wouter Roos. And the two of them fighting hard at this stage. In fact, it's a 5-way battle for Class B honours. Bryce Pillay about to join them as well. Nick Martin and, look at that, Ishmael Beloy.
Almaro Van Eck's gone off track. Looks like he's had a coming together there with Nati Msimanga. Oh, and that's a massive crash into the tyre barrier there. Let's see if we can get that all cleaned up, if we can get going. Our safety car is out. Let's go catch our replay now. On board with Jacques Van Azie going into turn one. You can see Msimanga on the inside. Oh, just gives him a little tap. Both cars were all kinds of out of shape. And Almaro Van Eck had nowhere to go. And let's hope that there's nothing too serious. Again, that shot that we saw earlier just couldn't quite get it all together on the dirty stuff there, and he went ploughing into the tyre barrier. Well, that's a big one.
Robert Stoltz was very lucky to avoid that one. He hit the brakes as he saw Van Eck coming across the nose and just avoided the car that went slamming into the side. Right, restart. Here we go. It's Tyler Scott who's got the drop. Can he keep out Scholz? We've lost the Autobahn car there, Brett Garland. Confirmation of that. It's Stringer who's up into second or into third place at this stage, and right on his tail, pushing hard, leading Class B is Nathan. Then it's Matt Cohen, Fauché and Van Zyl. Van Zyl in the big jumbo Golf there looking for a way past on the Opel Kadett. Behind that they line up ready to pounce, and one of them is Wouter Roos, Bryce Pillay and Nick Martin. On board with Nick Martin as they go into turn two, right on the tailpiece there of the Volkswagen Driving Academy man. And Pillay now trying to get through on Wouter Roos. Wouter goes defensive, slams it all shut and doesn't allow the youngster to come through. And great shot there from the Rex different gearbox Peugeot, but looks like there might be a little bit of an issue there on Nick Martin's car. It's not quite working the way it should. Now diving through on the inside, Wouter Roos on the outside of Volkswagen corner. Ishmael Beloy trying to close down on the back, and he's bringing along a whole bunch, including the Class C lead. De Lange side by side. Danhauser off! Danhauser off track and flying, but fortunate to catch it in the kitty litter. He'll probably drop into about second or third place there. But a big battle expected between Danhauser and De Lange, and one coming to the line now for Tyler Scott as he ticks off another lap there and keeps out the attack from Louis Scholz on his tail. Only two Class A competitors at the front end of this field. The next Class A competitor is right out the back there. Remember, you got Tian Smith and Trevor Stringer still in the battle, but unfortunately not running the way they should be at the front end here with this. But what a start here from AT&T Machine and the Nathan's Motorsport Polo, and Graham Nathan showing that that car has got some great pace.
I was just about to say, Greg, looks like Graham Nathan is loving life, as he always does out in a VW here around Zwartkops Raceway, holding down that third place overall and class honours in B. But here's the battle out front that is going to go all the way to the line between Tyler Scott and Louis Scholz. Just behind them, that class battle for B is Graham Nathan, Matt Cohen and Shane Fauché. This is Class C battle, and we're looking for another race winner there. First time winner, it's Bugsy at the front end there, but he's holding off the charge from Andre De Lange and Natsi Msimanga.
Problems for Tian Smith a bit further back there. You can see the Class A competitor not having the day he wanted, that's for sure. Bryce Pillay now starting to put the pressure on as they go through Volkswagen corner. It's the Volkswagen Driving Academy man who's looking to close down there on Wouter Roos and on Zane Van Zyl. Robert Stoltz comes through there in the Opel that just avoided all the action with Van der Zee right on his tail. But we are looking for a new winner in Class C. As Msimanga runs wide, DeLange gives him a little bit of a maneuver and he can't quite make it stick. Danhauser takes evasive action to avoid that with Ishmael Beloy applying the pressure right onto Danhauser. Checkered flag about to come out, and there's Tyler Scott who takes the win. Louis Scott's come through for second place in Class A. And right in the background there, Graham Nathan taking the win for Class Bs. He beats out Matt Cohen, who's going to come to the line now, fighting hard with Shane Forget. But the big fight here has ended up with a new victor in Class C again. Back-to-back for Zwartkops. But this time out, it's Buxy Kamani who takes his first win ever ahead of DeLange and Nathi Msimanga. Confirmation of the results though, it is Tyler Scott who takes the win in Class A ahead of Louis Scotts. Graham Nathan takes the win ahead of Matt Cohen for Class Bs, and then it's Buxy ahead of Andre DeLange and Nathi Msimanga. Let's catch up with Tyler Scott now after a great day and race 2.
Well, off the start, I got a good start. Managed to get a bit of a gap, get away. Something happened to Brett Garland up into 5, so I held the pack up. Was leading with advantage. Safety car came out. Off this restart of the safety car, also got a lucky break there, and just try to maintain and take the win.
And Graham Nathan took the win in Class Bs.
When you let the guy build your car, do the work, you finally get a proper car. Now I can also drive.
Yeah, all I can say is now that I know what I've built, you've got to go do it. No, it's a great race, great car. Well, we're having a great day out here at Zwartkops, and let's go watch some more decent racing. Thanks, man.
Another new winner in Class C from Buxy Kamani and Zwartkops.
At the start, I started pole, but then dropped positions because of a bad start, so I was sitting third. And then afterwards, as I kept on increasing and the race kept on going after the safety car especially, I just said, you know what, let me take a chance and just dive into the inside as number 1 and number 2 were fighting. And I took the inside and finished first place.